Okay, we're going to talk about a very important topic right now. You know, a lot of times the topic of teen suicide is quite taboo, but we are going to talk about it now because it is an extremely important issue and it often gets ignored. And the statistics on this that I found are going to surprise you. According to the CDC, more than 4,600 young people 10 to 24 years old kill themselves every year. 45% of them use a gun. Plus, the Jason Foundation says this is shocking. More than 5,400 teens try to commit suicide every single day. It's a second leading cause of death of teenagers in New Mexico. And this weekend, you may be able to help with an event. Actually, there's an event that possibly could be going on this weekend. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But first, we're going to talk about a group here in Albuquerque that helps with this. Sadiq Muhammad is a peer educator with GASP. It is called Gun Access and Suicide Prevention. And Rosie Garibaldi is a racial justice coordinator from the New Mexico Forum for Youth and Community. Good morning to both of you, and thank you for coming in and talking about a very serious issue. And I apologize talking about there's an event in the community that was supposed to happen this weekend. It may not now.
Unfortunately, it's been canceled.
Okay, it has been canceled. So but we do want to talk about the issue of teen suicide right now. First, I want to talk about GASP. And Sadiq, what you do there, 14 years old, an extremely mature young man. You help other teens who may be going through a tough time. What do you talk about with them?
Well, you know, see, a lot of people do come to me and ask me what to do because they know that I do this. I call it, it's sort of my job, and I feel like I have a moral obligation to talk about it. So I do give them some tips how to just handle things, because most of the time they're coming to me about their other friend or their relationship. So I just tell them, you know, just stay calm. Always, just don't try to fix anything about it. Just make sure that you're just staying supportive.
Stay supportive. I think it's a very good thing. You talk about teen suicide, and Rosie, you know, just talking about this. It is very preventable. But first thing, people have to know about it, and they have to know about the warning signs.
Correct.
So what are the warning signs? What do parents and just other teens need to know in case one of their friends is in some trouble?
Well, there's a lot of different warning signs that we kind of talk about, and some of the great thing about working with young people, they're able to really identify what they're seeing and hearing. So there's different things like young people isolating themselves. They might kind of be pulling back, not hanging out with their friends, or, you know, for parents, they might be staying in their bedroom. They're not communicating with their parents. Increase or starting use of drug and alcohol, different things like that. So really that isolation, and those are some of the red flags that then we really start to talk about what are steps that parents or your peers can take.
I was going to say, okay, so what is the next thing? If parents notice this and then maybe they see, I guess probably check in social media posts. A lot of teens are kind of open on there. What should they do if they see some of these warning signs?
Well, so it depends who you are, but one of the big things that we talk about is a lot of times there's a myth that if you ask someone if they're feeling suicidal, it's going to make them actually want to attempt suicide, and
Not
that's
true?
actually, it's not true.
Okay.
So we've done a lot of different training, and actually the best thing to do is ask the person directly. And oftentimes I think people feel a lot better. They want to talk about it. They want to get help.
Right. There's always like it's that cry for help that
Correct.
comes out. Sadiq, you work with some of these people at GASP. I mean, what effect do you see of you being a young person yourself and talking with people like on their level that say maybe they're fearful of an adult or they don't feel confident in them?
Well, can you?
Yeah, for you being, say, the same age as someone who maybe, we're talking about like teens and depression and suicide and all, how much do you think it helps them that you're also their age and that it's not some adult that maybe they don't have to be fearful of?
Well, you know, I think that being that I am their age, they feel more comfortable talking to me other than an adult, because, you know, most adults, they say, you know, it's just a phase, I've been through it before.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's kind of, it's a thing you do not say to somebody who may be suicidal or may be thinking about suicide. So you just, being that I'm their age, I know what to say, how to support them, and just be a friend to them, you know, instead of a parent or a guardian.
Okay, very good. One thing I do want to mention real quickly, GASP and what you do, you're big proponents of gun locks. A lot of people have guns in the home, and unfortunately, as I mentioned, 45% of teenage suicides, folks use guns. Gun locks like these, they're pretty inexpensive.
Yes.
You get them at gun shops, and these can make a big difference because you're limiting an option for someone to do. You don't make it easy, right?
Correct. Yeah, and the nice thing is that in the workshops that they lead, they actually have gun locks very similar to this one right here that they give for free. So
Gotcha.
we really want to give people access, and the first step is seeing the signs and then knowing how to taking steps to prevent it and reducing lethal access,
talking
which
about-
the gun locks
Yeah,
do.
this one does. It goes through the barrel, so you can't even put a bullet into the chamber, and there's no possible way it can be fired. Rosie and Sadiq, thank you very much. For more information about what they do, head to our website at casa.com. We'll be right back.
Thank you.